how Dave Mustaine stared in sheer disbelief at the bus ticket, holding the cold reality that his dream of heavy metal glory had violently ended. It was April 1983 in a modest apartment in Queens, New York, where Metallica was crashing before recording their debut album. James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich had grown increasingly terrified of Mustaine's explosive, alcohol-fueled rages that threatened to tear the young band apart. Dave was undoubtedly a musical genius, single-handedly shaping the lightning-fast guitar riffs that defined early thrash metal. Yet his personality was a ticking time bomb. Bass player Cliff Burton watched the brewing civil war in silence, knowing that things had reached a boiling point with no turning back. The morning of April 11, 1983, began not with a formal meeting, but with a brutal, unceremonious ambush while Mustaine was still half asleep. They did not even give him a chance to pack his gear properly or explain his side, just shoving a Greyhound bus ticket into his trembling hands. "Get out. You're out of the band," James Hetfield reportedly told him, ending months of volatile tension with a single devastating sentence. Mustaine was forced onto a grueling 4-day bus ride all the way back to California, nursing a bruised ego and a thirst for absolute vengeance. During that agonizing cross-country journey, staring out at the passing landscape, the seed for Megadeth was planted directly in his mind. Meanwhile, Metallica wasted literally zero time replacing him, immediately recruiting Exodus guitar virtuoso Kirk Hammett to take over lead duties. Kirk flew into New York and quickly learned the blistering solos that Dave had written, stepping straight into the recording sessions for Kill 'Em All. Even though he was fired, Mustaine's actual songwriting credits remained intact on several tracks of that iconic debut album, haunting Metallica's history forever. Songs like Jump in the Fire, Phantom Lord, and The Four Horsemen carried Mustaine's ferocious musical DNA into the very heart of enemy territory. Dave felt a deep, burning sense of betrayal because he had built that band up from scratch in Los Angeles alongside Hetfield and Ulrich. He swore a solemn oath that his new band would not only rival Metallica, but play faster, heavier, and more technically precise than his former brothers. Back in California, Dave scoured the streets looking for musicians who shared his relentless drive, eventually finding bassist David Ellefson. Megadeth was officially born out of pure spite, raw anger, and an unstoppable creative force that refused to be silenced by rejection. While Metallica found massive global commercial success with Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets, Megadeth carved out their own legendary path in thrash metal. Albums like Peace Sells, But Who's Buying proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mustaine was a musical force entirely independent of Metallica. For years, the rivalry between the two bands fueled magazine headlines, toxic fan wars, and endless speculation across the entire global metal community. Dave carried immense resentment in his heart for over a decade, feeling like the ultimate outcast who was robbed of his rightful place at the top. It was not until the landmark 2004 documentary, Some Kind of Monster, that the world finally witnessed a raw, emotional face-to-face reconciliation. Sitting face-to-face in a therapy room, Mustaine confronted Hetfield about the painful firing, shedding tears that had been bottled up for 21 years. James listened intently, acknowledging the pain caused by the brutal way things ended on that fateful April morning in New York. That therapeutic moment finally allowed both metal icons to drop their weapons, forgive the past, and respect each other's monumental contributions to music. Years later, they even shared the stage together during Metallica's 30th anniversary shows, playing classic early tracks side by side. Looking back, that brutal betrayal in 1983 was ironically the best thing that could have ever happened to the history of heavy metal music. Instead of just one legendary band dominating the world stage, fans were gifted two absolute titans, Metallica and Megadeth. Pain and rejection can either destroy a person entirely or forge them into an indestructible legend capable of conquering the entire universe.